Yes, this is Sadiq Sayed Bey, recording out of New Jersey territory. This right here, I want to talk to everybody about being cognizant of no law requires you to record or pledge your automobiles. You know, you got a lot of people out here thinking that that you need to pledge your private automobile, and you don't have to. You know, so we're gonna dissect this thing. You know, and for the record, and let this record reflect, this is for educational purposes only. I'm not an attorney. If you want an attorney, you go retain one at your earliest convenience and go straight to jail, pass go, waiving your rights that you can't do for yourself as a natural person. Again, back to this, no law requires you to record, pledge your private automobiles. This right here, i.e. basically saying that you do not need registration or to register your car, your automobile, if you're not using it in commercial activities. If it's not into commerce, if it is a private automobile conveyance, one does not need or have to have any registration. And I keep telling this to people over and over. They don't believe me. And it's in every state of the union. You know, we got to stop being slaves to this corporate system. And again, we're going to go over this real quick. I want to just make this quick, small video so that all the brothers and sisters, you know, could educate themselves on this this topic right here, because it's serious. And it states right here, defines classification. Private automobiles is not required to be registered by law. And right here, this law right here, this private law, or however shall I say it, they all come with their own rules and regulations, but still, you know, they have to give you a remedy, a way out of things. You know, they can't compel you to do anything. But this is for California. For all the listeners, if you live in California, the state of California, or the Republic State of California. So the California Motor Vehicle Code, Section 260, private cars, vans, etc., period, not in commerce for profit are immune to registration fees. A commercial vehicle is a vehicle of type required to be registered under this code. B, passengers vehicles which are not used for the transportation of persons for hire, compensation, or profit, and house cars are not commercial vehicles. C, a van pool vehicle is not a commercial vehicle. A vehicle not used for commercial activity is a consumer goods. It is not a type of vehicle required to be registered and used, tax paid, of which the tab is evidence of receipt of tax. Bank of Boston versus Jones. And it goes on to state, it is held that a tax upon common carriers by motor vehicles is based upon a reasonable classification and does not involve any unconstitutional discrimination, although it does not apply to private vehicles. You hear that, listeners? It does not apply to private vehicles. Y'all have to wake up. Come on now. Stop living like slaves. I turned in my private contracted adhesion license. Been turned them in. Told them I will not operate in commerce anymore, no longer. That is an adhesion contract. It's fraud. You waiving your rights to be bound under the state contracts when you have the natural rights to travel A to B. And it states or those used by the owner in his own business and not for hire. Dessa versus Whitaker. And Iowa Motor Vehicles Association versus Railroad says, thus, self-driven vehicles are classified according to the use to which they are put, rather than according to the means by which they are propelled. Ex parte Hufford. Then it goes on to state again, in view of this rule, a statutory provision that the supervising officials may exempt such persons when the transportation is not a commercial basis means that they must exempt them. State versus Johnson. Brothers and sisters, you must wake up to this. This is real. This is real. And every state has it. Every so-called state of the union has it. Every republic state has it. Wake up. Right now, I'm in New Jersey territory. Now check this out. Check this out. I found this. It is hidden in they archives. You must find it. Pick it up. Go get a copy of it. It's in every state. It's just hidden. I have right here, again, California. I have New Jersey. I have New York. Check this out. It'll blow your mind when you read this. Read what it states. This is New Jersey territory. It says right here, in their own codes, it says, see, New Jersey Motor Vehicle Code, Chapter 3, Section 39, 3-1. Certain vehicles accepted from chapter which reads, see, right here we got to start thinking of a higher consciousness of what accepted means. But I've done homework for y'all, so y'all don't have to get on y'all bikes to do it. I can send you a copy of what accepted means if you're not cognizant of what the word means. Accepted. Accepted actually means, see, they play word tricks, legalese with us. Accepted is you're exempt. You're exempt. So again, I'm going to go back and read it to you. Certain vehicles accepted from chapter reads automobiles, fire engines, and such self-propelling vehicles as are used neither, meaning you're not using it for the conveyance of persons for hire. You hear that, fellas? If you're not using your automobiles for hire, meaning you're getting paid for it, bus driver, cab driver, truck driver, you're not using it to drive, you're traveling. You're traveling in your automobile conveyance. You hear this? It's in their own codes. Propelling vehicles as are used neither for conveyance of persons for hire. It says pleasure or business, nor for the transportations of freight, such as steamrollers, and transaction engines are accepted. Again, dig that word again. From the provisions of this chapter. I did the homework for you fellas. I looked up the accepted word in the Oxford Dictionary, unabridged, and it means exempt, excluded. You don't need registration, fellas. Wake up. This is New Jersey's own statute, fellas. California has it. Alabama has it. All states, Ohio has it. Georgia has it. All states has it. Here go New Jersey's one. See annual report of Attorney General of State of New York issued on July 21st, 1909. Albany, New York, page 322 to 323, which reads, there is no requirement that the owner of a motor vehicle shall procure a license to run the same, nor is there any requirement that any other person shall means must, do so, unless he proposes to become a chauffeur or person conducting an automobile as an employee for hire for wages. Fellas, wake up. That means chauffeur. He's getting paid to chauffeur you around. For hire, you're getting paid. Fellas, we're using our automobiles in our own private leisure capacity. We're not getting paid for it. We're using it for our own family matters, going to work. That is not into commerce. That is natural rights. Come on now. Stop giving up. Stop waiving your natural rights to travel A to B. Stop paying these people. We're living like slaves. Wake up. Fellas, wake up. I let to show this video. I told the brothers, sisters that I would shoot this video and prove to them and show them that every state have this. It's right there hidden in your codes. See, I just had to find ours to show brothers here in the state, right here, the Republic state of New Jersey, that all states have this. They're hiding. They hide this because they don't want you to know. They want to dumb you down. It's everywhere in every state of the union. So please, fellas, wake up. This information is live and direct. It's in your ear. Stop living like slaves. It seems like everybody wants to live like a slave. You want to live like a slave, you're going to die like one as well. I hate to say that, but the truth is enough. It's right here. I'm bringing it to you live and direct. It's real right here. I'm showing you. Show you right here. Again, I'm going to read it to you. Unless he proposes to become a chauffeur or a person conducting an automobile as an employee for hire or wages. Yours verily, truly, Edwards R. O'Malley, Attorney General. No law requires you to pledge your private automobile, i.e., you do not have to register your car. You don't. You do not. You even need a license. That's a contract, fellas. You don't need a license. You don't need a registration. But I will advise you that if you choose to want insurance or do the respect, for the next, natural person that while you're traveling in your automobile conveyance, in your private capacity, you want to make sure you could be protected. You could get a bond. You could buy a bond that will protect yourself and your guests, that are not passengers. These words they're using is words of art. They're playing with you, saying that you're getting paid for this, and you're not. You have your own family members, your own loved ones, your sons and daughters traveling in your automobile that is a private capacity, a private automobile. It is not a motor vehicle. It is not a motor vehicle. It's a vehicle, a private vehicle, not a motor vehicle, but a private vehicle. It's an automobile conveyance. Fellas, wake up. I said I would shoot this short video. I'm bringing it to you live and direct. Again, like I said, it's in every state. Fellas, you don't need no registrations for your automobile. If they don't believe you, show them. Bring it out in their own rules and regulations. That's their own. Don't waive your rights to them. Show them. Show them right there in their own section. It states that. I did it. What could they say? Nothing. Nothing. I even said it to a judge one time. She stated exactly to me, you're absolutely right. Where did you find this at? I said, right there in their archives, hidden. Right there in the state. It was just hidden, and I found it. And she was just like, wow. She was like mathematized, like, how did I find this? Yeah, I found it because you was hiding it. They all know this. They all love trying to hide this information. And again, it's in every state. Here's all fellas. This is for Wyoming. This is for Wyoming's state republic. It says right here, see also laws of Wyoming, 2002, Motor Vehicle Code, page 142, section 31, 5110, CRCW, 5.24.10. It says right here in their own codes, their own rules, their own so-called private laws. It says privately owned buses not engaged in for hire transportation are outside of the jurisdiction of Division of Motor Vehicles enforcement of the NCGS, Article 17, Chapter 20, 58 NCAG 1. It follows that those citizens not engaged in ordinary use of the highway for profit. Profit means money, getting paid, wake up, or gain, are likewise outside of the jurisdiction of the Division of Motor Vehicles. Fellas, you are not getting paid for using your automobiles. If you are not a bus driver, truck driver, cab driver, chauffeur, If you're not none of these things that I'm mentioning, you are not engaging into commerce, and you do not need registration nor a license. I'm bringing you the facts. Wake up. Do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. It says right here, since the sale of personal property is not required to be evidenced by any written instrument in order to be valid, it has been held in North Carolina that there may be a transfer of title to an automobile without complying with the registration statute, which requires a transfer and delivery of certificate of title. North Carolina Law Review, volume 32, page 545, Carolina Discount Court versus Landis Motor Company. You do not need to register your automobiles. If you that automobile, basically this is stating, if you transfer it, they are the owners now. You turning over what is yours, rightfully you worked hard for. You earned that. Fella, stop letting these people slave you. Stop letting them slave you. States right here again, the following shall be exempt from the requirements of registration and the certificate of title. 1. Any such vehicle driven or moved upon the highway in conformance with the provisions of this article related to manufacturers, dealers, or non-residents. Y'all got to start saying y'all non-residents, because by you stating that you're a resident, you're applicable to their corporation, their private corporation. You're non-residents. You're American citizens. You're American nationals. You know, you're not United States citizens as alleged, because United States is a corporation, fellas. Wake up. Do your due diligence. Any such vehicle which is driven or moved upon a highway only for the purpose of crossing such highways from one property to another. 20-51-1-2, comment. Not driven or moved upon the highway for transporting persons or property for profit. Case noted, North Carolina GS 12-3, statutory construction. Right here, check this out. This is a California statute. The California statute in Article 1, Section 8, and similar statements made in all other state constitutions mandates that no one be compelled to be a witness against himself, is in agreement with the Supreme Court ruling, Haynes versus United States, wherein the ruling was that to force anyone to register anything is communicated, as such communicated evidence is precluded by the Fifth Amendment. You're protected. Fellas, you don't need registration. They cannot compel you to buy any. They can't. That's waiving your natural rights, or whatever you want to call it, i.e. your God-given rights, however you want to call it. You know, you're waiving them. You're giving up your natural rights to be able to travel A to B, that which you have the natural right to do so. And you cannot be compelled. Fellas, wake up. You must wake up. It's right here. I'm bringing it to you live. Read it. It's right here for yourself. California Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. And similar statements made in all the state constitutions. They got them. They have it. Look, it might be a little worded different, but that's how the corporations act and react. They love trying to play words of arts. You have to look up these words. Go to a Webster's Unabridged dictionary and read these words. Look up certain things, because some things, they dumb you down. They love changing the words. They are words of art masters. They change words to dumb you down so you can't understand them. That's what they, so that you can't overstand them, because that's exactly what they need you to be, under their understanding, to where you can stand under them. But you have to overstand a lot of this stuff, what's going on. It says right here, no state government entity has the power to allow or deny passage on the highways, byways, nor waterways. Meaning, if you choose to want to fish, brothers, that's right. You don't need no license. You don't need no permission. You don't need none of that. Those waterways, byways, highways been there before their fathers' 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 fathers. Matter of fact, do an affidavit like me. file it to the Vatican, the black, and tell him he don't own you. He don't own you. And if he does, tell him to bring forth his proof that he does, because he's only making an assumption and presumption. Do what I did. You know, brothers, send out certificates of DNA. That's another thing we need to get in. I'm going to get into another topic on as well, sending out certificates of my blood, proclaiming, declaring your DNA, flesh, and blood, that you're not decedent. Decedent, which means dead. You're not dead. You're very much alive. Nunc pro tunc. From the day you was naturally born. Start declaring your DNA, flesh, and blood that we have stored here at the Moorish nation. Start declaring your flesh and blood, DNA. We have it on file. Start declaring it to the world. That's another topic that I'm going to get with you, brothers and sisters, on doing it. So when you file that stuff into the court, you declare it over the record. They won't even dispute you. They'll just say, case closed, get out of my court, case dismissed. Yeah, start filing these things with the Pope, with the Vatican. Have these things on file to where these courts, tribunals, private for-profit and corporations, they acquiesce as they can no longer dispute you, because they're declaring that you're dead, you're decedent, you're a corporate entity, i.e. artificial person. Start declaring your blood DNA, brothers, fellas, sisters, Americans. Start doing it. You know? You don't know how? Get with me. And I'll show you how. So you can put it on file with us. So we can declare you over the record. Over the record. Worldwide. You know? Do this. I'm going to end this shortly right now, because I said that I was going to do a short video on this, and I'm doing it. Here it is. I'm bringing it to you live and direct. All rights reserved, including not limited to my natural rights. Rate this video. Subscribe to me. Get back with me. Hotep. All Moors, all nationals, be safe. Start using your rights. Get back them license. Get back that registration. Travel by right. Travel by natural right. Not by privilege. Not by their consent. By your own sovereign consent. Your sovereigns, wake up. Rate this video. Hotep.